So I think it's about time we take these super cute wooden blocks and this beautiful teal paint and put it to use. So I literally, I should say, do not have an idea of what we're gonna make tonight. I know I wanna use that new teal colored paint that I purchased a week ago or so. When I say I'm just a little tired, I've been showing houses all day for the last 2 days. Well, last day and a half. And so, and I don't think I'm sleeping so great. But anyway, I'm gonna do my best to get in bed early tonight. So we're not gonna tarry with this video, but guess what? I'm gonna make some super cute earrings. And what else are we gonna do? I don't know. For now, that's it. We're gonna make some cute earrings with this beautiful teal metallic paint. So let's go from there. Stay tuned. So how about, I think that we have had these long enough that we should have made something out of them by now. So I'm working on my new table. So not new table, but you know, I showed you where my husband had just done the table, and certainly I'm not gonna get any paint on it. I'm not gonna drill any holes for sure on it. He would have a fit and fall in it. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drill holes in these before we paint them, so that way I don't mess them up. And this is the paint that we're gonna be using, and it is by Craft Paint. It's by Anita's, but it's called Craft Paint, and it's Topaz is the color. It's really pretty. So I think how it's gonna turn out. I don't know what else we're gonna do with it, but I envision like the squares or the cubes hanging down, and then I envision like some chain or like a dangle coming from underneath it. Maybe like a shoulder duster, because shoulder duster earrings are in for the fall winter season if you haven't checked that out. And the only reason I know that, not because I'm a high fashion girl or anything like that, but because I keep up with the cosmetic trends for our Glamour Cosmetics business. If you don't know about my cosmetics company, check us out on Facebook. There's tons of videos. I also have a playlist here on YouTube. I'll do my best to remember to insert that link in the description box below. But it's on our playlist, and we have some incredible makeup. So all the makeup you see me wearing is Glamour, and the skincare as well. So we're gonna make something super cute with these cubes. Stay tuned. So the other day, I did not take the time to clean the paints out of the little pot, and I'm not gonna do it today. Since we're getting started now, I'm like, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm shaking up the paint. How has your day been? This week is going by so fast. I keep asking my husband, shout out to my honey bunny, Marvin Price Jr., AKA Pastor Marvin Price. I call him Lamb Chop. Our goal is to do a Common Ground Family Bible Study on Sundays, and he'll actually be teaching. Since I actually do ministry videos twice a week on Tuesday and Thursday, he'll actually be teaching on Sunday. So for those of you that haven't seen my other videos where I did the Dollar Tree craft haul, I got these from, of course, the Dollar Tree, and they're in the Crafter's Corner or Crafter's Square section. They still had so many of these. I saw them the other day. There's actually 36 pieces in the packet. So that is what, 18 pairs of earrings, or however many bracelets you want to make. What else could they be? They could go on a frame. I mean, they could be tons of stuff. So I think that we're gonna do, let's see, 3 blocks down maybe. Something like that, that's dangling and then has something hanging from it. So I'm gonna need to put holes through all 3 pieces. So I'm gonna go drill the holes. I would do it online, but like I said, I'm not gonna do it on this table. Y'all not gonna get me in trouble with my honey bunny. So I wanna make sure that the squares kind of match up in terms of the finish, not necessarily the color, because you'll notice that like some of them are like a darker brown. They have different wood grain variations. So even though they're going to be painted, I just want to make sure the finish is kind of the same. I guess it doesn't matter, but anyway, I'm just being picky at this point. So for $1, we're going to make the cutest earrings, $1.49 for the paint. I wish I had a pair of gloves so I could do this without getting my hands all messy. That's something I need to do. So let's go drill these holes. I'll be right back. I decided to drill at least 2 holes for you all to see. I messed 2 of them up, but I'll show you that. Because the drill slid a little bit, so the hole got off on that one. I was trying to use it as a template. the same with that one, but that doesn't mean I can't use them. I just can't use them with this particular pair of earrings because I want the holes to all fall along the same line and be symmetrical. So I probably should have done this on a firm piece of wood versus this plastic, what do you call it? This plastic container, because they were sliding just a little bit. So we have 3. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a, what do you call it? A head pin down inside of them just to make sure they're straight and they're all kind of lined up. I'll be right back. Let me grab this. Too, I had you all up kind of high, probably too high for my liking. So I'm just gonna string these on here, even though this isn't how I'm gonna make them per se, and I just wanna see if they're lined up at all. So that's cute. So it might not really matter because they're gonna hang and they're gonna be dangles that way, and then they're gonna have a piece hanging from here, and I've already decided on the bead that we're gonna use. I think those are really pretty. These were actually handmade beads by a North Carolina artist that I've had for years. I forget her name, but I got them at a bead store in Raleigh, and I think it was Raleigh. And I think her name was Elaine Ray. I could be wrong though, but I think I'm gonna use the square ones. I'm not sure because they are glass, so they're kind of heavy, so I can't use all of them. But those are gonna probably be the finishing beads after I get it painted. So just wanted to share that with you. I'm gonna sit those off to the side. And if you're interested, I got these bead trays from Michaels, and they were $2.99. I've had them forever, but you can find those all the time. So we're gonna close this up. Like I said, I just wanted to make sure the head pin went through and it didn't look all wonky. So I'm gonna grab some paper so we can paint on that, because again, y'all are not gonna get me in trouble with this table and Marvin Price. I know too that you've seen me wear this t-shirt before, and I didn't wear this to show houses, fear not. You saw my outfit this morning anyway, if you saw my video from this morning, but I got this t-shirt from Roses, which is like an inexpensive little store we have here in Fayetteville. You find them throughout the South. They're super inexpensive, and I think it was like $3.99. So let's paint. Look how pretty that is. So again, this is the metallic blue color, and I did not put any type of finish, meaning like, remember I told you someone had recommended putting Mod Podge or base on your wood pieces. I like the finish grain of these, so I'm not going to do that. But again, this is called Topaz. It's a really pretty metallic, and guess what? They had metallic, they had rose gold, which was very pretty. I may go back and get that. These were from Hobby Lobby, so I did like that. This is pretty. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to paint this and actually be able to sit it down. So I think I'm going to get a toothpick. I didn't plan that out too well. I just got excited and started doing a video and didn't even plan out what we were gonna sit it on to paint it, right? So I'm just gonna paint each side, and I am gonna do 2 coats, although this has very great coverage, just FYI. Oh, well, I just noticed now that it's starting to dry, you do have to do 2 coats, look. So I'm also gonna be sure to get the paint out that little hole before it dries up. Let me grab a toothpick. I apologize for not being super organized today. I just started painting, and like I said at the beginning of the video, I wasn't really sure what I was going to do, so I think that's why I'm not very organized in telling you all your pieces and parts you're gonna need. But anyway, you know that you're gonna need some squares or wood bases to paint on, and I got these again from the Dollar Tree. I think they're super cute. I love how they smell just like real wood when I drill through them. And then we're gonna sit these off to the side. For now, I'm gonna sit them back in the toothpick holder. Let me take some toothpicks out though. And I don't even know, I think this toothpick holder came from either Family Dollar or the Dollar Tree. My husband bought this, and there were 2 of them. So I kept one because I figured one would be really great for crafts. So look, I'm just gonna sit that right in there and let it dry while we go ahead and paint on the other ones. Now you may find something that works better for you, like if you have a little dowel or something like that that has a pin that can hold pin tips or things that you can poke on. You can even make something. I'm not gonna say I'm not that creative where I couldn't make anything. I just don't want to take the time to do that because I want to make some really great earrings. And one thing I've been saying since I started doing videos is that I really wish I was that person that made multiple earrings, like 10 pair at a time. Right, I even did a video where I tried to make 5 at one time and it was exhausting. Mainly because the way I create is that I create on a whim. And so when I'm thinking about what I'm gonna make, I'm just kind of doing that as I go along. I'm not always per se planning it out and able to figure out, oh, this is what I'm gonna make and oh, this is what I'm gonna do, because in my mind, I might not always have it completely thought out that way. So I'm gonna sit this down on the paper just so I can paint the bottom. And then I'll touch up anything on the other side that might have rubbed off. So we got another bead done. We're gonna sit that in our little toothpick holder as well. Cute. I better sit these over here. I'm not gonna sit those on the table. I realize I'm doing too much. Team too much. What are y'all up to today? Do you have plans for the weekend? My children actually go back to school, and I know you're gonna be like, some of you are gonna be like, you're letting them go back to school? But some colleges, believe it or not, they have on-campus classes and you have to report on campus. And they have social distancing plans set up, and our teenager, well, they're both teenagers, my 14-year-old school, I mean, they have a serious plan in place. And so I know it's such a divide about what to do and just keeping our families safe. And so we all have to just be praying one for another, right? I go to Psalms 91. He said that we don't have to be worried about the pestilence that stalks at noonday. 1,000 shall fall on your left and 10,000 at thy right hand, but none shall come near thy dwelling. And so we just have to believe, God, that whatever decisions we make for our families, that they are godly decisions, they're wise decisions, and that God has us covered. Amen? So, put that one over there. Y'all, I really love this color. I think it's incredibly beautiful. Oh, you know what I should do? Let's paint the one that the toothpick is going in. And then that way I don't have to go back over the bottom again. I know one of y'all was thinking that, why doesn't she just paint the bottom? So now you can stop yelling at the screen. I'm just kidding. Thank you for channeling it to me, and there we go, I got that. So, and again, thank you for all of you that have visited the website. I encourage you to shop with us. We would love and appreciate that. I totally love making jewelry. When the Holy Spirit told me to start teaching jewelry making, I was like, absolutely. Because even though I'm an ordained pastor, licensed and ordained, I'm a teacher and I love to teach. That's like my passion. I was just telling somebody that yesterday. Even in teaching business, I'm on a coaching staff for my sister's coaching company called Breakpoint Life Coaching. And I actually teach the marketing and the success principles, because the Lord blessed me to make my first 6 figures in real estate. I was really close in hair. I got so close. And when I tell you it's a lot of work to make 6 figures in income in hair, of course, you got to have stylists and, you know, a full staff in order to do that and not run yourself into the ground. But the Lord really blessed me with a mantle for business. And it took me a long time to realize that and to figure that. And the only reason I'm telling this to you is because if you're on here and you're like, I really want to start a business, I just don't know where to start. I don't know where to begin. It was so many things that I had to teach myself when I opened my first salon. I owned a consignment shop at one point. When I tell you that thing was a hot mess, hard. I mean, the Lord had told me not to do it too. Like I said, in case you've heard my testimony before, I disregarded the warnings. At the time I wasn't saved, so I was just, my ego got in the way. I opened it up. One night I thought I was having a heart attack, found out it was a panic attack. I hurried up and shut that thing down because I said, this is what a heart attack is like. I don't want no parts of that. And so I stayed true to the salon. The Lord blessed me to own 2 salons in Virginia before we moved back to North Carolina. And then I ran spas and salons for about another 4 years after that. Then when I had Miriam, who's 14 now, the Lord said, okay, you know, come on home. So for a year, I was at home after I had her. And then the Lord called me into real estate. I'll share my testimony one day about how the Lord called my husband out of a 6-figure-a-year job and called me into real estate. I had never sold real estate. I had been in sales and, you know, management positions, but I had never sold a house. And so when he pulled him out of that job and called him out into the marketplace to minister to him and teach him different things without an income, right? That meant that the Lord was stepping me up to the plate to say, okay, now you go fly. So I had to figure it out really quickly, right? That's a story for another day. But when I tell you that God has always blessed us, and I'm not going to say that there weren't times when I didn't freak out and sales were down and people were down. And it was like, what is we going to do? In other words, what are we going to do? But the Lord always provided. And so I made, like I said, my first 6 figures and consistent 6 figures in real estate. And so I teach people that because the Lord has called me to women in business. Not that I haven't coached men, but specifically I'm called to women that want to own businesses or have owned businesses, just don't know where to start, or they start and they fell off, you know, or they start and they failed in their mind. They've, you know, just don't know what to do and don't know how to monetize that which God has called them to do. That's a gift that God has blessed me with. And so when I got on here to start teaching jewelry making, it was because the Lord said, I want you to go over to YouTube. I think I have shared that before. And I was like, okay, Lord. And he said, but the reason why I want you to teach something is because that's going to give you an opportunity to minister to my people. And so God has just a miraculous and amazing way of doing everything that he does. And it's all for a purpose, for timing, and for a season. So super cute. That's the second coat on that one. I'm just going to do the second coats on each of them, and then we're going to let them dry. And I am going to seal them. I'm not going to gloss them over and all that jazz, but I'm going to seal them with some Mod Podge just so the paint's protected. I have to get me some Mod Podge glossy because the Mod Podge I have is matte, and I don't like matte stuff sometimes. But I don't think it'll really much matter on these because they're going to be dangling. So those are cute. Have y'all been making stuff? Those of you that have been thinking about making jewelry, have you made anything? I love April. I love your designs over on Instagram. You are really expanding and spreading out your designs. They're beautiful. So if I don't follow you on YouTube, please let me know. Let me know the link to your channel. And also, if you're over on Instagram, let me know the links. I can follow you over there as well. So I'm going to finish painting these. Will y'all let your dad in? Will you let your dad in? Make sure the door is not locked. So my honey bunny just got here. We have to run out to a house that my client is buying. It's about 45 minutes away, but I have to go get an elevation certificate because the house he's buying is on a lake. Even though the lake isn't currently there, the Army Corps of Engineers is bringing it back. So an elevation certificate I need in order for him to order flood insurance. So that would give me a chance to let these dry while I do that. Of course, you won't know I'm gone because the video will just start back over, right? Hey, you guys. Okay, so we have them all painted. They are so beautiful. I love them. And so this is just going to be a simple pair of earrings. And so in my mind, so you're going to need some eye pins. You're going to need some head pins. And you're going to need some jump rings, whatever sizes you have on hand. And you're gonna need some ear wires. I got this huge bag from Hobby Lobby. So if you saw my video the other day, you saw I got those for, I think they were $5.99 for that big old bag. So what I wanna do is, the first thing I wanna do is create a dangle that's gonna hang from one of the squares, because I want it to be like something swinging and hanging down. So that's the first thing I'm gonna create. So I need a head pin because I need the bead to be able to stay on. Now I'm not sure, yeah, this bead is too big for this head pin because the hole is really big right there. So because I'm gonna sell these, I wanna make sure they won't slide off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little bead at the end, and then what I'm gonna do is make it where this hangs from the bottom, right? So now I can either have it hanging this way, or I can make it where I have something along this whole piece that hangs down from the earring. But the only thing I'm concerned with is making it too heavy. So that's why I'm not sure about those two beads right there. Let's see. I do have smaller ones, and I also have silver ones. I think these are really pretty. So I might try to see. They have like a Celtic kind of pattern on them. Let's see what they look like. Sometimes you buy beads, the holes aren't all the way open. You have to go in and drill them open or press them open. Or they're really tight, like these particular beads. I think that's why they got on my nerves before when I was gonna use them, because I have a lot of them. Let's see. But I don't throw anything away, I keep them. So those are really cute. So then I'm just playing around with the design. I think that's too top heavy. And because I feel like it's gonna make the earrings heavier than what I want, I'm not gonna use those. So let's see if I can find one more silver bead. And then those are gonna dangle that way. I don't know, but let me keep messing with the design and then we'll be right back, because I kind of have a vision of what I want it to look like, so stay tuned. Okay, so I got one pair complete, and I'm trying to decide if I'm going to want to put some things on the side, like some little decorations, but I'm gonna let you watch me put together the next earring. But look how pretty those turned out. So those are pretty long. I think they'll make super cute, almost shoulder dusters. They do, they come right above the shoulders depending how long or short your neck is. I'll show you a picture of me trying those on once we get them finished, but I think they're really pretty. So let me show you how I made them. We'll make this pair together. I just wanted to get my design idea together instead of boring you with that on screen. So I'm just gonna do the first pin, which is the head pin. And this is where I create the dangle piece on the bottom. You're just gonna use your wire cutters, cut a piece off. And then you're just gonna bend and make a loop. Before you close the loop up, go ahead and put a jump ring on. And then you're gonna close the loop up. It's normally easier. I think I cut the wire just a little short, but it's fine because it still has plenty of room. So I'm just gonna use the flat nose pliers to close it up. There we go. And again, you can get these pliers. I've had mine for years, but you can get these at Michael's, Joann's. I never go in Joann's. I completely forgot about them. Hobby Lobby, any store like that. When we went to Savannah, they had a Blix Arts and Crafts store. I don't think I saw any of these, but I saw so much cool stuff. That was the coolest art store. So now I'm just gonna string another bead, one of the squares, and then another blue bead. And these are just little acrylic beads that I have that I got from AC Moore. They came in the pack. I forget how much they were, but you know, any beads that you wanna use. I love the wood beads. I don't have a lot of those though, because I don't know, they're so light. Sometimes I just think they're kind of flimsy, but I have thought about doing some wood bead jewelry. So now we wanna take another jump ring, put that on, and we wanna close the loop up. And your head and eye pins may be different thicknesses, even if they come in the same packet, or if you buy them separately and mix them up like I do, sometimes they can seem different, but these are similar, the two that I'm making for the earrings. So now I close that up. Now what I wanna do is put another small jump ring on here, which I could have done, oh, I already did, sorry. So you have your small jump ring on here. You open it up, and now you're gonna put another eye pin on. And what we're doing is we're just layering, I think I want that one. We're just layering the earring until and matching it up to the other one. You wanna make sure your rings are closed so you don't lose components off your earrings. So we're just, now this middle one, we didn't put any beads. So we're just stringing on one of the squares in the middle, cutting off the wire. And then we're gonna close it up with a loop. You need to cut a little bit more. Leave it open. Well, I don't need to leave it open because the jump ring that I'm using is open. So we're gonna go ahead and loop that in there. And while that one is open, we're gonna string on an eye pin. And then this is the last layer of the beads. So we're gonna take another one of our blue acrylic beads, string that on, put the square on. Another blue acrylic beads. Now this is the top section. So we wanna finish it off. We're gonna cut the eye pin. Try not to cut it too short. And before we close the loop up, we're gonna add another jump ring because we're gonna use this jump ring to attach our fish hook earring finding. And this time it won't matter which direction we put the fish hook up in because it doesn't matter which way the earring dangles because there's no front or back. So that's really cool. That's a blessing. And this is a really simple pair of earrings to create, but like I said, I'm still trying to decide if I want to add. Look how pretty those are. If I want to add any little details to the side, I might. Those are really pretty. So let's lay them down. Oh, I realized down here I put an extra bead on there. So let me take this one off the bottom. I didn't realize I had done that. I was wondering why it seemed a little bit longer. So I kind of like it, so let's match it up. So let's take this, we're gonna leave that jump ring on. And I'm gonna open this hook up and I'm gonna have to cut it off, unfortunately. And grab another head pin. So let's use this one. The head on that one seemed a little weird, so I'm not gonna use that. Let me get another one. Cool, we can use this one. So we're gonna put 2 beads on here like we did on that one so that it matches up. Sorry about that. We're gonna cut it off and then we're gonna close it up. And I believe the little circle's already open, so we can go ahead and close the loop up on this earring. So we closed our loop up. We're gonna put the little loop back in there and then we're gonna reconnect our earring. These are really pretty, so I'm gonna model them for you. Well, I'm not a model, but I'm gonna put them on right quick and take a picture so you can see what they look like on. But let's lay them out right quick. I mean, look how many gorgeous pairs of earrings you could get from that little packet of squares just from the Dollar Tree. How cool is that? I think those are so pretty. So let's look at them right quick. So these are finished. I think they came out super cute. I don't think I'm gonna add anything to them because I don't wanna add to the weight of the earring, especially with the silver pieces on the end, but they are really, really lightweight. I would say that they're like a light to medium weight because this bead is like a silver plate. It adds some weightiness to it. But very comfortable, especially since these are wood and then the little blue beads are acrylic beads. So you will love these. They're going in the store tonight. I hope you'll give them a try just with some Dollar Tree findings. Of course, with some more higher end finishes that you get from Michael's or your local craft store. And you have your cute, cool pair of earrings. Talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.